I was in San Francisco, and I bet there's a bunch of fun coffee places, and I live in my dumb world that I just want this one little drink. So I go into a Starbucks, and I get in front, and I was like, I'll take an iced coffee with cream. She goes, with cream? I go with cream. And then she goes, iced coffee with cream? I go, iced coffee with cream. She goes, with cream? I go with cream. And she said it one more time. She said, so iced coffee with cream? And at that point, I should have said, what's going on right now? Where are you at in your head? Because I feel like we're in two different places. But I was nervous, and there was people behind me, and I was like, cream or no cream? Honestly, I'll give you $20 if you let me leave right now. I cannot, this is the most I can talk about this. I don't even know what's happening anymore. So I paid, I go stand in line, you know, where you gotta wait for your drink. There's like 5 of us waiting for our drinks. So she puts the iced coffee up there first, no cream, and I was like, whatever. I'll just do it myself, you know? Like, I don't like doing it myself, but I was like, all right, I'll just do it. So before I could get it, she's walked back with a can of whipped cream, and she's shaking it. And I'm just looking at it, like, thinking that's someone else's. I'm like, someone's getting whipped cream. That's fun. One of you guys are getting whipped cream? And I look down, and she starts spraying the whipped cream on top of my iced coffee. She just yells out, iced coffee, whipped cream, yells it out. The other 4 turn their back, like they don't want you to accidentally think that's what they ordered. And I'm just left alone, like, that's what you thought I said over there? You don't think I would have said iced coffee with whipped cream? You think I'm just some nut job? It's like, I've had too many problems in this Starbucks, so I'm only going to use the words that I want and no other words. Iced coffee, whipped cream cup. And they didn't have a top for it, so whipped cream, it doesn't sink and become less embarrassing. It moves. It's like a buoy in an ocean that everybody sees. I'm just walking through the crowd like, this is my favorite drink. I don't know if you guys drink this at all. Does anybody? Nobody does this? I'm surprised. And I walked outside and threw it away and tried again at a different Starbucks. All right, thank you guys. I can't thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Very excited. I tried to, I'm always like trying to lose weight, and then like you think I'll tape a special, that will, you know, that'll do it, and then you just kind of, next thing you know, it's already started. So, I had a thing that happened that I do, was like, I gotta get it together. Like I like to golf, and so I'll sometimes bring clubs and I'll golf on the road. And so I was in Florida, and we go golfing. It's very hot, humid, gross. You get kind of feeling gross. So I wanted to change shirts before I drove back. And I go to the trunk of my car, and I take my shirt off, standing there, no shirt. And this old man walks up and goes, Olivia? I had to turn, I was like, I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm sorry. And he was like, oh, sorry, honest mistake. And I was like, I don't know. He was looking for his elderly wife and saw me with no shirt on and thought that could be Olivia. I had a car that he does not recognize. None of this is making him not, he's like, I don't know, that's a dead ringer for Olivia. I don't know who he disrespected more, me or Olivia, to be honest. I mean, a pizza party is my nightmare. I'll have friends over for pizza. I'll be like, all right, we gotta order pizza. And she goes, how much? I go, order the most. I don't want her out of pizza in front of my friends. And she goes, just call and ask them. I go, I can't call these 40-year-old dudes and just be like, how much pizza do you think you're gonna eat tonight? They have a family. They work in a building right now. And you may just call them back, do you have big lunch today? Nah, I would try to save money, so I need to know exactly how much pizza you're going to eat in 8 hours. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. It is, it's exciting to be here. Mainly, I'm quitting comedy soon, so I don't want you guys to worry about it. I'll get out. I mean, I can't get out yet, because for one, it's pretty tough to quit something no one knows you do. So
There's that hurdle. There's actually no one even to quit to. Even if I wanted to quit, no one cares that I'm doing this. Like, I don't have a boss. I can't just call Cosby and be like, look, I'm out, all right? Here's why I do it. My dad is an entertainer as well. He's a magician, still is a magician. But just like he started as a clown. Like, I don't want to come up here and come off like I come from some rich magic family and I'm better than you guys, all right? He paid his dues, his clown dues. It's weird when your dad's a clown, though. It's weird every day. It made me not like clowns, you know? Like, because have you ever been yelled at by a clown? I have. Yeah. Do you know how confusing that is to get screamed at by a guy who's got a smile painted on his face? You're like, is this good? It's not good. He was a clown until I was about 12 years old. And from experience, I can tell you that's about as long as you want your dad to be a clown. Like when you're 6 and 7, there's some perks, but like when you're 12 and 13, kids at school are like, is he still doing that? You're like, you know what, guys, just off and on, all right? He is almost full-time magic, so let's take it easy, maybe. The fun thing, though, about being a comedian, I like hanging out with my friends. I got a buddy of mine, his name's Luis Gomez, and me and Luis went to McDonald's to eat recently, and we both we ordered our food, and then we take our food and we sit down at our table. And then Luis went to the bathroom, so he left me alone with his food. So I was like, I'm gonna play a prank on him, you know? So I grabbed his hamburger, I unwrapped it, I took a bite out of it, then I wrapped it back up, I put it back down on his tray. So that's my big prank. Like when he comes back and opens his burger, I'll just be like, dude, did they eat your burger before they gave it to you? That's crazy, right? Is that crazy? It's a ridiculous prank. It's dumb, it's harmless, it should never leave the table. What should happen is Luis should just come back, he should open his burger, and his first reaction should be to look at his best friend he's sitting with, who, by the way, also dabbles in comedy, and just be like, hey, I just wanted to run this by you before I unexpectedly go freak out on this entire McDonald's. That's what I thought would go down. Just a quick, hey, I wanted to see if you touched my food the only time it was out of my sight, before I try to fight a group of people that are going to be pretty confused on why they're fighting. But instead, that was the day I learned I'm friends with a lunatic and a guy comfortable fighting McDonald's employees because he opened his burger and he could not have ignored me quicker. Like, didn't even kind of looked at him so, he looked like he expected them to do it, like it's happened before. And he's like, again with this? He starts screaming at all. He's like, someone ate my burger? How about I'll fight all of you till I find out who ate my burger? So he gets up, he starts walking towards them. So now I gotta jump in. I can't believe it's working. Like, we have gotten so much farther than I thought we could ever get. I grabbed him, I was like, Luis, I ate your burger. I ate it, dude. That's insane that you didn't look at me. That's insane. So I get him to sit down, but it's already weird. Like, everybody's like looking at us. It takes like 10 minutes for people to quit filming us with their phones. And that's when it hits me. I started thinking about it. I was like, you're gonna get killed one day. I was like, you were about to go fight it. I was like, let's pretend that I'm not here. Let's pretend that someone did eat your burger that worked at this McDonald's. Let's pretend that really happened. You were gonna go blindly fight that guy. Not even try to like size him up, like see what he looks like at least. Do you really think you could beat up a guy that is apparently pretty confident in himself? That he's making burgers, he's then eating them. He's just sending them out to whoever. You don't think that guy's probably the greatest fighter of all time? I honestly think you'd walk to the McDonald's counter and be like, hey, who ate my burger? And all the McDonald's employees would just part ways. Because they know exactly who you're talking about. And in the very back of McDonald's, you see a guy standing there cracking his neck. He's got his fist in the fryer, doesn't even know it, just sitting there, warming his hands. All right, guys, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
I took a typing class. I thought I was gonna breeze through security. And I got held up just because in front of me. And he goes through the metal detector and it goes off. And so they asked him, they're like, do you have anything metal on you? And he goes, I have keys on me, my keys. And I thought he was gonna say like his knee or hip, you know, just old people have metal in them a lot. And he goes, keys? Do you think that would do it? They're like, I mean, I think that would be the #1 answer on Family Feud of what would set a metal detector off. Keys. I told him, I was like, look, let's try it with and without it. I'd love to know. You know, maybe they've been lying to us about this key. I'd love to meet her, though. I'll tell you that. I'd love to see her and be like, all right, I get it. You know, like just... I'm married as well, and my wife always tells me that I don't like the way she talks. And it's not her voice. I like the sound of her voice. That'd be a big problem, I think, if it was like, it's your voice. I just hate it. To go to couples therapy and be like, can you hear it right? Like, it's not, you know, it's not fun. It's the information that she chooses to tell me at times. We took a trip to Fort Lauderdale, and her and our daughter are flying from Nashville, where we live. And I was flying from Detroit. We're meeting at Fort Lauderdale's airport. I have to find them when they land. So I called her because I was about to take off, and I was like, all right, what time do you guys leave? And she goes, noon. It's 11:30, and they're still at home. I was like, Laura, I don't know if you even know what an airport is. I mean, but if that plane was in our driveway, I don't think you could make it. She said, that's what time we leave for the airport. Our flight's not till 1:30. And I was like, all right. So what do you think I wanted to know when I asked that? Is that what you thought? Best information you could give me was a time that means nothing to nobody? What time did you go to bed last night? Just tell me that, and I'll just look up all the planes that land in Florida, and I'll guess which one I think you're on. She said, I'm sorry I don't talk the way you want me to talk. I'm like, I want you to talk like a regular person, all right? Just like you've been around people, you know? We didn't talk in Florida, I'll tell you that. If you go to Europe, just so you know, it's the most old. It's very old. You think we're old, and you get there, and you're like, good night. What have y'all been doing over here? You just walk around, they're like, that building is from 8. Good golly.